And let me start this recording. Today is all about six different categories for posting to social media. So, you know, it's so often that I ran into, like creativity blocks. And my goal for this is to help each and every one of you guys come up with different content in this category. And this is something of when I get this software up, right now I am going through the headaches of syncing it up to where everybody can upload their own Facebook profile, Google Business, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So I've had to create API keys and it is stretching my knowledge. So, but it's a good stretch. So anyway, let's start off. There's six main categories. The first one is five-star review content. So what I do for my social marketing clients is I'll go in there and usually the Google business is going to have usually, minimum 10, 20, 30, and I can pull from that. Facebook might have some recommendations is what they call it, but I'm going to go in and take actually what our customers say about our business. And then sometimes you get lucky on Google and these customers will also post a picture with it. Matter of fact, I'm going to share my screen real quick, guys. And I want to show you some examples. So this is for one of my clients. So what we'll do, the whole point of this is you want to keep the caption, of course, with the picture. So like if they don't put a picture on there, but they talk about your birthday themed bounce house, whatever this is, then it's obviously don't put a picture of a tent if they're talking about your birthday themed bounce house. So obviously that's common sense. But right there is include your logo, include what the customer is saying. Sometimes I'll put review on it, just different graphics. I don't like this picture. This is one where I look back and I'm like, I shouldn't have used this picture because the customer blotted out the kids' faces and it looks stupid to me. But you can see sometimes I'll put the 5 stars on it, sometimes not. But like this right here, I didn't fade out the picture. But anyway, you're going to get some ideas. I'll build the content around what the pictures are. This client does everything from bounce houses to party tents and all that. So, and I'll change it up. So I can go through, I typically make 26 of these and thinking of one of these will post.
Y'all going to the
Nobody's going to
church?
remember, guys. You
All
know what
right,
I mean?
we're gonna eat and
So,
leave very quickly. You have a basketball game.
so when it comes to 5 star, that is great. Now you don't have to build graphics, okay? You can simply post in quotes. You can copy what the customer has said, and you can go on there and you can just post it and with a picture. Picture is good when you're doing this kind of stuff, especially if the customer posted it. Now I've gotten the question, well, I don't know if my customer will want their picture posted on the internet. And here's my comeback to that. They posted it on the internet. If they didn't want to post it, they would have done like that other client and they would have blocked out the faces. And like I said, I shouldn't have used that one. But like this one right here, you can't even see the kid. So we're going to get into some of this later on a different category. But like this right here, you can't tell who those kids are, but it's just really good. Now this right here, you can say it looks like a dad and a son. So anyway, they posted this to the client's Google business profile. Obviously, it's public. Now, if they would have sent this to you, the business owner, that's a whole nother ballgame, guys. But all right, second second category that I go on to is I'm going to show you exactly what I build out for clients. So I will go out and sometimes I'm building graphics, sometimes I'm showing actual pictures, but this is wet and dry unit content. So depending on what season you're in is depending on what you're going to post, obviously. So you don't want to be posting a water slide in January. Now you could start posting that water slide content right now because guess what? People are booking. I've got like half a dozen bookings for July 4th already. So anyway, this is the kind of content. Now, this is where you get into, I get my backgrounds from a different website. I get them from freepik.com. I think I pay like $9 a month for that subscription. And then I get that cool looking text like that right there that says Tropical Waterside. I get that from Text Studio, or it's the Text Studio that I paid $9 a month. It's the freepik.com that I can literally just copy the graphic and bring it in. And then of course I'm putting my slide logo sometimes. Sometimes I'm not putting the logo. You can see, let me show you an example. But I mean, look how these, you're just grabbing customers' attention. Now, I have gotten this from one of the top biggest bounce house companies. They do this on their website. So they're going to have all these really good eye-catching pictures on their website. And so, I'm copying that. Now, you do get into more of that graphic design capabilities, guys, so obviously there might be a learning curve there. But man, look at these good looking bounce wave units. Man, come on. All right. Number 3 is caption only content. All right. Caption only content is stuff like tell us the year that your beautiful daughter or daughters were born. And people will engage with this stuff left and right. People love this stuff. It'll be, I think, matter of fact, Tony's one of the clients. We posted to his account something lately. It was something along the lines of, hey, warning, our bounce houses cause excessive giggles. So it's just something that you're just going to break up the monotony of social media. These are social platforms. You need to be social. You need to do stuff like this. Ask your customers questions. You need to go in there and you need to ask your customers questions like, hey, we've got dinosaur themes. We've got unicorn themes. What is a theme that your kids would like? And it doesn't mean you have to go out and buy whatever unit or theme that they're saying, but you're asking your customer questions and you're going to get a lot more engagement than on stuff like this. Have you guys ever noticed when you post like, hey, check out my brand new Flashpoint Falls water slide. It's a dual lane. It's awesome. Your kids are going to love it. And you get crickets. You get chirping. Nobody's saying anything whatsoever. It's because it's a sales ad. Okay. So the caption only content is huge. It will really, really help you. And what you want to do with this is go into ChatGPT, tell them, say, I'm a party rental business owner. I offer bounce houses, water slides. We specialize in birthdays. Our target audience is parents with kids between the age of 0 and 16. I want to create 100 different captions and make them 1 to 2 sentences. And I want to engage the audience and then maybe give ChatGPT a couple examples and then see what it's going to spit out. It's going to spit out some really good ones. And it's going to spit out some ones that are not good whatsoever. You need to delete and not ever use. So that's the way I do it. Guys, one thing when it comes to ChatGPT, I am seeing in particular some of these party rental business, they want to be the influencer, and some of them had good information, but they are using ChatGPT in a way that is so robotic. Like, I'm to the point I just want to start responding in a sarcastic way with ChatGPT. I saw one person and it was like story from 2017. And it was just like, it was like, I had to scroll like 3 whole pages up. I didn't read it, but it's just like, it was so robotic. You'll notice that ChatGPT, if you don't give it good prompts, is going to be very robotic. So that's my pet peeve. That's my soapbox for the day. I'm going to jump off. So what you want to do is when you are posting content, don't post like, check out Kids Party Zone for your best bounce house party rentals. They're already at your Facebook page or your Google business page. So don't talk like that. Talk like, hey, you have found the best bounce house business in Western Alabama, whatever you're going to say. Make it sound natural. This is something that you're going to learn the more that you do this stuff, and then you go back to. So if you're new at content and not making banger dance videos like Mark, then you're going to have to go out and reevaluate some of the stuff.
I got to make some more too.
You better, man. You're keeping me entertained. All right.
Yeah.
The one thing about what
I used to pick I, I used to pick up a lot of women back in '87 with them dance moves.
I believe it, brother. I believe it. Now, and one thing with what Mark is doing is it takes times. You got to find the whatever the background, off of CapCut, wherever you find it. You got to sync it up to the video, so it does take time. You know what I mean? I love the evergreen content to where you're posting, but then you throw in stuff like what Mark's doing, or you throw in some behind the scene content of, hey, come with me as we set up this bounce house and do a time lapse video, or it could be the behind the scenes stuff is where you want to throw in some good stuff also. All right, number 4, memes, parenting memes. Our target customer for party rentals. If you do backyard parties, which most of us do, are parents. So gear your memes, make them funny towards parenting. Okay. Now I had a client tell me that in his area, memes are not funny. Nobody likes them. He wanted to discontinue them, take them off, and I'm just like, it is what it is, man. It's like, have you ever had somebody over your back watching you set up a bounce house, and they're like, oh no, you need to swing that hammer differently, or you name it, maybe not in the party rental business. That's kind of what I felt like that. But trust me, guys, memes work. If you're looking for 20 different laughing emojis to them, you're probably not going to get them. But break up the monotony. Don't just spam your customers or your followers with just ad after ad after ad. Number 5, upcoming seasonal graphics. This is huge. Right now, the season that we're in, we need to be posting about Easter, back to school, or not back to school, but end of the school year parties. This is what you need to be doing. So it doesn't have to be graphics. It can be just pictures of your event. It can be 5 different pictures of 5 different units, and the caption can be like, hey, now's the time to book your upcoming Easter event. We sell out quickly. So if you want this football toss and basketball game, you better book it now. $50 secures it, create some urgency with it. And hopefully you're going to be in front of the right person. I had a Easter event graphic post a couple of days ago, and it was like an hour later, we had one of our regular clients, but they posted almost $2,000 event. And was it because they saw our ad? I didn't ask them, but I would like to think so. It sparked something in them. They were going to book anyway, but they saw it, and they had the thought of, hey, let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and mark this out. So anyway, very, very important. You've got Easter. You've got end of the school year field day events. Do you call those field day events everywhere else? Because that's what we call it down here in the South. Is it? Okay. Okay.
They used to.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called. End of the school year parties, whatever it may be. You got vacation Bible schools. You've got summer fun. That can be a seasonal thing of, book your backyard birthday parties, create that under like your summer water slide. I call it like summer backyard fun type of seasonal graphics, making people think about it. Fall festivals. And then the other one is corporate events. Depending on what you have, if you've got tents, tables, and chairs, make a graphic up, put pictures up with that. Also throw some bounce houses or obstacle course, whatever, because you'll be surprised. We've got a huge Coke facility that is 2 miles away from my shop, and they rent for me all the time. They're having family days. They're having customer appreciation days. So just because I don't offer tents, but they still rent the bounce houses, Dunkin' Takes, and all that good stuff. So corporate events is a very, very good one. All right, last one. And one of the ones that I'm actually going to be rolling out to my clients that I have been working on for months and months, and I just haven't nailed it yet, is emotion content. All right, first off, look at the way Disney advertises. Is they're not showing you the picture of the Magic Kingdom. They're showing you kids in front of Magic Kingdom. Look at this right here. Look at the excitement on their faces. Look at this right here, Mickey and Minnie Mouse. They're not selling Mickey and Minnie Mouse. They're selling the emotion that comes with it. Look at this right here. They threw Mickey in there. He looks like he's probably photoshopped in there, but that's a YouTube video. But this right here, you're creating the memories. Look at this right here. This picture right here. I don't even see anything. Maybe the kid's on like a ride at Disneyland, but I can't tell that's at Disneyland. So you are selling the emotion. Look at that right there. So how does this translate to us? Here is my solution to it. And I have got I think I've got some of Tony's stuff thrown in here. I think I do. Tony, is that your picture? Does that ring a bell? I know you're driving, man. Don't get in a wreck. Yeah, I got you. I got you. That's one of Tony's pictures. So I made up some examples and I made up these. These are some, I'm using these specifically on Facebook ad campaigns. So this is really, and I just started this a day ago, so I don't have any results for you. But here's the way you're going to create these up. You don't have to get all fancy with these graphics. They could just be the pictures. Now, if you're telling me, Jamie, I don't have pictures, I don't have any of this good footage, here's what you can do. Now, this requires a pro account with Canva, but Canva has a ton of stock photos. All right, so let me create a new graphic here, guys, and I want to show you. Now, here's what I don't like. You have some pictures like this. If you have been in the party rental business for a minute, you have probably seen this picture right here. This picture right here is old. It looks from a 1990 bounce house, and the graphic quality is not that great. I see ERS sites using this all the time. And so anyway, one of your goals, if you're using that, Nathan, I saw you raise your hand, is trade like this one out for this. Trade it out for some better photos. And but anyway, here's another one, older looking picture. All right. So I would not use those, but when you scroll up a little bit, now all I did right here is go into Element Search Bounce House, and right here is a really good one. What you're going to do is check out the kid's face. Now, if you're telling me, Jamie, I don't have that unit, I'm going to tell you I do not care. Now, if you do not have any dry units, I might not advertise this. But can you tell if this is an obstacle course or a dry slide? No. So the whole point is that we are not selling the unit. We are simply selling the emotion. So do not let this bother you or stop you from using some of these photos. Nobody is going to look at this unit, none of your customers, and because I've been doing this for years using stock photos that look good. Nobody is going to look at something like this and say, I want that unit that those kids are on, because they can't see it, okay? So that is how you do it. You can check out different photos. Here is another stock one. You can see right there. And one little secret here is what I do to make graphics is I will go on, and what you do is you see how, let me put that back. You see how this kid is a duplicate? You can create a second picture, remove background, and then you can literally cover up some of your text a little bit just to kind of give it just a little bit of attention anyway. So you can see right here. Now, I will tell you this, guys, if you're looking for meta ads, you want to create this in a 1-to-1 ratio. So 600 to 600 pixels, 1200 to 1200 pixels. You want to make it a perfect square. And this is going to get you this to where I wish I had my meta ads to where I could pull them up and show them to you, but this is going to show perfectly to where I'm putting my service area. I'm putting, some kind of compelling thing. And then right here, I'm trying to sell the Disney magic with this. So here's another one. You can see I've got it overlapping the text. You don't have to do that, okay? I do not own this unit, all right? But you can see I'm going to have the same thing. I'm going to have the same service area. I'm going to change this up a little bit. This right here, I do not own this unit. I do own some girl-themed units, but this unit I do not own. But guys, I mean, the emotion of this, So where do you find these pictures also if you don't go into Canva? You can go on your Google business profile, go under your reviews. A lot of times you'll get notification of the review, but if you're like me, I don't get any notifications that they uploaded a picture also. So check back to your stuff. Now, if you see anything and you're questioning, should you use it, message your customer. None of these customers, this is from one of my clients down in Melbourne, Florida. I'm doing a paid ad up here in Georgia. This person is never going to see it. So I've checked with the Google lawyers and I said, can I legally do this? And the Google lawyer said yes, as long as it's publicly posted, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, but this picture right here, man. So this is what I did also. You see, I duplicated this to overlap some of the text. And then I put that right there. How did I come up with these taglines? I went into ChatGPT. I said, act as a meta ads expert and go in and create me some one-line compelling statements geared around bounce house rentals towards parents of kids between the ages of 0 and 15. So this is how we did it. Now, this right here, you can actually create a video on Canva also. And this is in one of the stock videos. There's tons of really good stock videos in here. A funny story is that same client from Melbourne, Florida. I post these as videos on a lot of my clients' social media channels. And he got a message from a friend of his. It was like, how do you have a picture of my daughter? One of his kids was in this photo shoot. And apparently this parent did not know that this photo shoot was being taken place and all that. So anyway, she was cool with it, but she was just like, that's super strange. Like I never knew my daughter was in this photo, but you can see there's a bunch along the same line of videos. You got this young lady who's got Down syndrome, but super cute kids. They're selling the emotion. So anyway, a lot of good stuff. You can go in there and create yourself some reels, but you cannot see what that unit is. You can just see, we know it's a combo. Customer might think it's a bounce house. So anyway, this is something, like I said, selling the emotion has been something I've been working on for a long time. And I've tried creating AI generated stuff with my bounce houses in the background and just nothing. That technology is almost there, but it's not quite there. Some of the kids were coming back generated with like cleft palates and one finger on their, it was a lot of stuff that technology is going to be there very, very soon, but it's not there now. But you're very, very soon, maybe possibly the next couple of months, to where you're going to be able to put picture of your bounce house with no kids and the picture in the background, and you're going to be able to generate prompts that say, generate 2 8-year-old kids smiling, playing, and looking at the camera, and they're happy that the bounce house has arrived. And it's going to create you realistic looking photos. It's absolutely incredible. I've played around with multiple AI generators and nothing is there quite yet. So I've also tried having my regular bounce house picture and taking like stock photos from Canva, and nothing nothing just feels like it's right to where like you get this picture right here. You can see I duplicated it to let it override the text, but this is their actual unit, and nothing is coming like that. You do not do a bunch of bad looking AI generated content. I have done it. It does not perform well. And yeah, so, all right. So I want to show you some analytics. Those are the six main categories, guys. Now, what you can do is create you content up. You can go on the back end of the planner of your social media business page. You can schedule up to 30 days out. But go in there, make you 4 5-star review content graphics, or go in there and post one for each week on every Monday to mix it up, whatever. Then the same thing, go in there in the 30-day calendar, scheduled out. And I'm telling you, when you are 3 weeks into this and you're opening up your phone, scrolling through social media, and you see that your business posted and you had done it 3 weeks ago, it's one of those things that's going to take you to the next level. You're going to be so happy when you see it posting and you know it's done for the month. So when I used to do this, it used to maybe take me about an hour to make up 30 days worth of content, and I was posting 5 times a week. But let's look at the analytics. Okay, this is for a client who's got 2,390 followers. They started in early March of 2024. Check out the impressions. This is with 5 posts per week. 351,000 impressions, 226,000 reach. Now, the difference between impressions and reach, this is the number of time that your content is viewed by somebody. The reach is the number of distinct individuals who saw the content at least once. Note that daily reach numbers will not add up to overall reach for your given period due to overlapping audiences. You can find this information on the back end of your analytics. Now, if you also have Google Analytics, I'm going to do a video on that eventually, but oh my God, there's such good information. All right, so let's scroll down to overall engagement broke down. They had 9,988 people actually either click on a link, like, comment, share, that kind of stuff. 8,816 clicks. That's with whatever, if there was a link to their website on social media. But like this right here, you can see their Google business profile. If you are not posting on your Google business profile, you need to be. You can see, guys, they're getting so much more traction because they're in a very highly populated area, and they're also posting regularly on their Google business profile. Now, let me show you a difference. Look at these Google business profile. These guys are in Central Florida. Let me show you my personal one. I'm in South Georgia, so I am in a much, much less population. Let me change my dates here. You're going to see the numbers versus their Google business profile versus mine. Look how much smaller it is because of the population. I'm posting the same amount of times. So this is all relative to your location, guys. If you don't have a lot of people in your area, obviously you're not going to be getting 100 clicks on your Google business profile in one day. Just if the people aren't there, they're not searching. It's as simple as that. Okay. So matter of fact, Mark is in this area. So now what happens when you post 5 times a day regularly on your social media platform? Some people are going to be like, I'm going to lose followers. Yes, you will. People are going to get tired of seeing it. But do you really want somebody who's going to get tired of seeing it? They're probably not your customer anyway. So I lost 61 followers. This is only for Facebook. I lost 61 followers last year. This was the first year I ever posted consistently 5 times a week, every week. I did not ever. But I gained 88 followers. So obviously, guys, my net gain was 27. Now, I didn't do any campaigns. I didn't try to reach more followers. You can see this includes my Instagram followers. I've got like 300 followers on Instagram. I don't push it like I should, but I've got like 8,200 followers. And for
What
reference,
now?
you can see total number
Something on
on the difference
or an Old Testament.
on the difference between 8,000 followers versus that other one, which was 2,300 followers, is 808,000 impressions. With obviously, if you have a higher number of followers on Facebook, you're going to reach more. So it is relevant to how many followers you have. So anyway,
I post all the time. Some people tell me I do it too much, but I just post it. I don't care.
you don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
No.
Here's the thing, though, guys. Like literally, if they're going to unfollow you, what's the direct from not posting? What's going to happen? Like somebody's going to go to your business page and they're going to see, have you not posted in 6 months or 3 months? And then they're going to literally question, are these guys even in business? You know what I mean? Like that's the direct. So here's the average numbers too. From what I've been told, 8 to 10% of actual followers are going to see your organic content. So when I'm posting videos on my stuff, especially if it's the stock stuff like Canva, it might only get a total of 10 views or 100 views. It just depends. 100% depends. But the reason I post the 5, 6 different categories consistently is because when you go to my timeline, you're going to see basically a sales presentation. You're going to get hit with some of the upcoming seasonal. You're going to get hit with a caption only. You're going to get hit with a 5-star review. You're going to get hit with a meme in the wet and dry unit content. So this right here, it's a sales presentation that it's free to be posting. You know what I mean? So it's literally, if we can't take advantage of that, like it was something between my Google business profile and actual website clicks from my social media, it was over 8,000 clicks last year. You know what I mean? So it's free. You know what I mean? So anyway, don't let the people, like, you're going to lose followers the more you post, but don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. They never were your crowd anyway, you know?
I went I like to talk anyways, but I went through Facebook and it always says mutual friends, so on and so forth. Man, I went through the last month or so, I went through, and if they got kids and they live in my area, I've been sending out hundreds of friend requests. 95% of them accept it, and I figure that's new eyeballs, so that the people that are probably tired of looking at what I'm posting, now I'm getting new eyeballs looking at what I'm posting. So I've gotten more people like looking at my stuff that way.
Absolutely.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yep. What area are you in, Nathan?
So I'm at the Outer Banks, North Carolina, northeastern North Carolina.
Okay.
So right at the Chesapeake, Virginia, North Carolina border. So the bottom of the state, bottom of Virginia, top of North Carolina. And so we just started last year. We had 220 deliveries, grossed 130,000 in 10 months, first year in business. And we're in a county with about 35,000 people surrounded by smaller counties. So none of them are highly populated until you get into Virginia. It's about 220,000 plus populations, but that's not my market. I'm trying to stick in northeastern North Carolina. I mean, I'll go to Virginia, but anyways, there's quite a few companies and there's more popping up. So I'm trying to get on the cutting edge of how to be competitive.
Yep. This is a business that is so easy to get into. You can go out and create. You don't got to buy a yellow page listing like the old days when I grew up and call your business AAA, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to get into. But if you've been in this business for any short period of time, you'll realize these things are heavy and it's hard to maintain because there is that learning curve to where most people don't start off like you did, Nathan. Most people are starting off and it's like, am I ever going to get a rental? Am I ever going to get a rental? And a lot of people give into it, man. I saw A new company just popped up. They sent me a friend request on Facebook. I didn't know who it was, but a guy named Willie. And a young guy, man, seems like he's ambitious, but he's got like 3 or 4 units. And he's out there, he's hustling and he's showing his setups. He got 2 rentals last weekend, what he said, and shows when he rolled them up and all that stuff. And the funny thing about it is, he had just bought those 2 of those units from somebody else who started 6 months ago. And this other guy who started 6 months ago, he was like, $150 for this water slide. You can keep it all week long. And he still couldn't get business. So it was like, people don't realize the marketing aspect of this.
Yeah.
This is something to remember also. As you're learning how to do SEO, marketing, and you're learning how to get business, this is going to transfer over into other stuff. So this is going to sound like a brag. I don't mean it like that, guys. But 3 years ago, we opened up a dumpster business. And the only reason I was able to do that was because, number one, I use ERS. They have DRS. And so I knew how to use the software and I knew how to do the website. And so it was like, man, I deliver a bounce house. I drop it off. I could deliver a dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
And so that led from learning this business, led to the other business, and so forth. And here we are, with the marketing thing that I started a year ago. So anyway, a lot of times, if you can use this, maybe this isn't the long game to when where you're 100 years old, you're delivering bounce houses, but you're learning something, and this is the stepping stone to maybe take it to a multi-million-dollar bounce house business, or to even grow and expand even more, and to take what you learned here, was like, go implement it on a different venture and all that. So, it's one of the interesting things. But man, Nathan, start off with over 100 grand in the first year is awesome.
This is a side business. I'm a deputy sheriff. I've been doing that for 15 years. So this is my side business. I just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays, and got a lot of schools. I'm a school resource officer, so that's been very helpful. I'm very known within the community and got a good reputation. Work really hard to treat people well, and that's accelerated me. Use some marketing, doing Google ads, and trying to build up my social media. I've got like 3,500 followers and 3,500 friends. I've done some giveaway campaigns. It's helped a lot to boost those numbers, and we've got some good there's a good company around us, really solid company near us. And then Spacewalk is a big corporation. They just had a local franchise that shut down, and then a new owner they just announced them today. So, but we're getting into weddings too. I have a lot of frame tents and tables and chairs, and the Outer Banks is a big wedding capital. So without going too far, I'm really diverse. We just bought 10 more units. I think we have about 30 units now, and I have tents all the way up to 40 by 60s and tables and chairs. So I'm trying to be a little bit all over the place.
That's awesome. Absolutely. You got a website?
I didn't catch it. Can you repeat that?
We just lost him. He's breaking up. Yeah. So you got a website? Who are you?
Oh yeah. Oh, I've spent many a time working with Hometown Amusement and Creations is my website.
Who are you using? Using ERS, IO?
IO.
Okay.
IO, and we've loved them. That's just where I started, and we've had a great experience. I found you on TikTok. So TikTok is how you came in front of me. I'm always liking content that's similar to what we're doing and trying to learn, and really enjoyed listening to you, and then saw the group you have here on the school page, and the SEO I want to learn more about. And I do a lot of Canva work. I do all my own stuff. I do everything. I am one-stop shop, me and my wife. We do all our graphic design, all of our posting. Our Facebook's active, TikTok's active. That's also given us an advantage. So I'm just trying to absorb as much information as possible.
That's awesome. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. That is the way to. I'll tell you who to talk to, who's going to become an expert very quickly with IO, is Tiffany. She's on the call, but she's been messaging me with some of the stuff with IO. I'm like, Tiffany, I don't got a clue when it comes to how you do XYZ, but she is learning it. She's going to be our resident IO expert here very, very soon. But you made a good choice, with the Event Rental software, man. It really sounds like, Nathan, you're really, really setting yourself up very, very well, with getting into the tents and all that. So Are you delivering everything yourself?
Everything. Yeah. So I've got a group of some friends that are helping me. I've got a great network of friends and people that I can lean on to. So I was working 100 hours a week from May to November, working, for the sheriff's office and then doing my business on the side. My wife would help me here and there, and I've got friends. So, been very active. I just bought 250 white resin chairs, a 40 by 60 wedding tent. We're just buying stuff left and right. So
The way, man. That is the way. Put in a ton of hours right now. I remember when I first started 12 years ago, and I was out there outside of my house and cleaning everything. My wife was mad at me saying, "You're not spending enough time with me." And I said, "You just gotta trust me, baby. I'm building something here." I said, "Let me get it." And then as she, maybe I wouldn't say nag, you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I love her. But as she complained about stuff, I listened, and that was some of the first steps was hiring people. That's going to be a learning curve. The
yes,
one that came after that, it sounds like you're already growing past that. You're learning that, and then the next thing was answering the phone. I got to the point it was just like I just want to answer the phone. I was so tired because Fourth of July, I'm out here busting my butt, and so click ignore, and every time you click ignore, you're gonna lose a rental. So it started off with, if I missed the call, it started off with the voicemail of, "Hey, you've reached Springford Inflatables. We can't answer the phone right now. If you'd like to check real time availability, please go on our website and you just enter the date, blah, 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 blah." And so I lost fewer rentals, but then it eventually transitioned to where I was like, okay, I got to pay somebody to answer the phone. I hate answering the phone and answering that same old question of what do you have available next weekend?
yeah,
Will literally, I will literally drive myself crazy if I do that. It's not my strong suit. But I started out doing that and eventually get to the point to where you can either hire, man, AI with that stuff. I've got an AI agent answering my dumpster line phone number. It answers all the regular questions and all that, points them to the website. I lose some rentals because I don't answer that dumpster phone, but I also save my sanity, and I got too many things going, too many irons in the fire. So,
sure.
but
How many rentals did you do last year to hit that 130? You said.
About 220,
Yeah,
220 events.
we did like 6 months, but I think we broke a little over 50 with
I,
like
I,
close to 200 rentals. But I'm Central Florida, the pricing's so different. Like I don't know what you can get for certain things up there, but
so a bounce slide
I
combo, like a big bounce slide combo, 400 average ticket, without any add-ons, and no delivery fee. I do free delivery within 15 miles. Beyond 15 miles, I've got it scaled from 80 to 200, $300, depending on how far they go, because we have a unique geographic area. But our obstacle courses are like regular price, like 475, the big obstacle courses, not the little ones. And so I feel like our ticket prices are pretty good. I feel like I get pretty good like prices there. My competitor's higher than me, and he's a strong company, great quality products. I mean, my real like what I consider my big competitor, quality products. I mean, great service, great company. Like I don't do any of the negative stuff. I mean, I just try to sell my own stuff. But you can go to our website and look at it. You can see the pricing we're doing, the Hometown Amusement and Creations.com. And so we get
yeah,
pretty good prices.
our big combos, which I got all bounce wave units, so they're nice stuff, but 249 plus tax or something down here. And man, if I charged 80 or $100 for a delivery down here, they'd run me out of town probably. Like that's how cheap the
that's
area
Central
is.
Florida.
And my customers, the big customers, all they do is run around and just throw discounts out to everybody. But most of their stuff is old. Like they just try to run everybody else off with pricing. So it's hard to price up too much
Right.
without not
That
getting
Central
work.
Florida area is unlike anything I've ever seen. Now I guess I have seen some. You get down to LA, California, you get some crazy, ridiculous, cheap pricing also. But that Central Florida, man, is like, you're doing a 15-foot water slide for 150, $200. I'm just
No
like,
way.
Yeah, it's like this ain't worth it, you know?
So I got a fun one for you guys. I'm in Flint, and then an hour south of me is Detroit. In Detroit, the companies will charge 350 for a dunk tank, but you have to have a minimum of $800 before they will consider delivering it. So the schools are calling me and they're paying me 475 with the 225 for the dunk tank and then like another 250 for delivery. And we're just delivering a dunk tank because the companies down there won't do it. And they're like 425 bucks, that's cheap. We'll take it. But
One
then I
one
get
thing that one thing that I've done to really try to get into the schools, which I already have a really good relationship, being a school resource officer for 10 years. And we have about 10 schools in our district. But I offer this is one thing I've done, and we'll see how this plays out. It's served me well. I offer 25% off of event of equipment, just the equipment, not the delivery, not any other upcharges, but 25% off of the equipment. It's a permanent like discount that I offer for schools, churches, and free community events. And then what ends up happening is they always get the accidental damage waiver, which really offsets a big chunk of that. That's 8% is what I charge. And then if you know if any, so that's one thing I've done that served me very, very, very well. I've gotten a lot of schools, and I look at part of that as like, I mean, it's a lot of money. 25% is a lot, but it's like basically they're all $1,000, $2,000 tickets. They're going to rent multiple units. They're basically just getting a free unit is what they're doing. I'm taking them. If you break it down, they're essentially getting like they rent two or three and they're getting a free one, and that's no problem. It's free advertisement, and that's served me well. We've already got about 30,000, maybe 40,000 on the books for this year. I mean, so it's and I got stuff coming in left and right. I don't know how it works where you are, but it's served us well. We really pitch a hometown, like, I mean, that's our company, but we're really vested about family oriented, community oriented. I'm a Christian. I put that out there, not to sell it, but like that's the kind of people I want to be around. That's the kind of customers I want to be around. I mean, I don't want people that are nasty and hateful or mean or negative. So like we kind of sell our family really in a sense.
Mhm.
We're selling the experience and selling our family. And all of our units except two were bought brand new. So like we have 78 5-star reviews or 75 5-star reviews. We have nothing less. So we work really hard. I say all that humbly. Like we work really hard to maintain what we have and to treat people like family, and it's served us well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great branding way right there, especially if you've got that many reviews that quickly. That says a lot about you. You know,
We're using high level. High level, it's got that automatic response that goes out. And to be honest, when we got busy in the summer, I didn't follow up on a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I should have followed up on, but you get so busy, you just can't. And I missed so many bookings because I didn't have certain slides, and I just had limited slides. And so, yeah, we use a lot of tent and table units is what we've been using. And I've got a great relationship with my salesmen, get really good value, good prices. There's a lot of great companies. There's stuff we want to get. We got some big and bright units we want to get, and there's bounce waves great as we went to IAPA this past November, got to meet and put our hands on a lot of equipment. So oh yeah, looks good. Heck yeah.
never sleeps.
I got to get some out here and get them cleaned up a little bit.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, go high level is 100% the way to go. Following up with abandoned carts, the reviews, and all that good stuff. Oh, it's so worth it. But
We're using Jana for the marketing ninja, so she's been doing our
she doing your Google
marketing.
ads too?
She does my Google ads, yeah.
Heck yeah, heck
But
yeah.
one thing I want to get better at, I've been doing. I literally one stop shop. I do it all. When it comes to like the majority of the business stuff, like I want to get better at Facebook ads. That's something that I'm not good at, and I've gotten some pricing from her. But anyways, that's one thing I want to do better at.
That's what the emotion.
Yeah, I've been waiting on that video, Jamie.
Do what now?
I've been waiting on that Facebook ad video that you said's coming soon.
That's what part of what this is. Yeah, I got to do apparently the Google ads now too, but I have done years and years of Facebook ads, and you're never going to convert as much Facebook ads as what you do with Google.
Yeah.
Because Facebook is like you're shooting a shotgun, it's going to spray, and you're going to hope to hit something. To where Google ads, you got somebody searching water slide rental near me.
That disruptive marketing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Disruptive versus that sniper rifle. So, your cost of acquisition is going to be a lot better. But I am going to do a video on how to set the Google, or rather the Facebook pixel up, that you're going to be able to do retargeting ads. That's going to help you be able to really follow the events that are happening on your website that people are clicking from. So it's going to really be vital. But I'll tell you this, for years I've advertised products. I've done some photos of my setups, and I really have never converted the way I want to up until about the past year. But I say all that to say this: the emotion selling, like what Disney does, that last category,
I believe it.
I believe is going to be game changer. I've had my ads running for the past 2 days, and I'm getting some really, really good click through rates and all that. So do not judge your Facebook ads by how many likes or shares you get on those ads. That's not what it's about. You can do a different campaign. If you want to get 100 likes on your video, you can do it, and you're not going to get one conversion. You're just going to get a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean? So meta ads is a whole different thing. But I will do the meta ads. I've got some stuff on there. I've done carousels to where they flow through. I got one of the courses in the school group about that, and those do all right. They do all right with conversions. I'm beating one of the other big meta ad guys, not Jana. I haven't ever seen Jana's Facebook stuff. Jana does a phenomenal job with Google Ads. I've never seen her Facebook stuff, so I can't speak to that. I'm sure she does a good job. Jana's a good person.
They gave me some prices on it, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know yet.
Yeah. How much is she charging for just
for what now?
How much is she charging just for Facebook?
I've never done Facebook with her. That's what I'm saying. I've never done it.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember the price. I mean, it was a couple $100, I think, for just Facebook. I've only used Google Ads with her. So I have Google Ads with the high level, and they're great. They've been good to me. They're in the off season. They've allowed me to like bump down the rate a little bit because I mean, last year I probably spent 80,000 on the business, and then this year I just committed to $40,000 on Friday. So like I'm not really taking much money. I'm literally just pumping it right back into the business.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the way to do it too. Especially starting out. And then what you're going to realize too is you always got to have money going back into the business. You can't just take 50% profit. You know what I mean? If you're not, because these units wear out. That's what I love about the dumpsters versus inflatable slides. My $5,000 dumpster is going to last for 10 years, 15 years. You know what I mean? To where my slide is going to last 3 seasons.
Sure.
100 rentals. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I love
it. Do you sell? So like all those, I kind of come on late, but all the different like posters that you had, the creative, the emotional posters. Do you sell like that type of stuff, or?
I do social media. That's my main business. Is I do marketing. So I do 5 posts a week. We do those 5 categories. It's $150 a month, $300 to get started. Basically, the way I do it so affordably is my team builds out a year's worth of content within 2 to 3 weeks, and then we set it on the software that I currently use, and then it never misses a day. So now I do Facebook ads and Google ads and social media posting for, if you did all 3, I charge $450 a month right now. As I gain more clients, that goes up a little bit. But as of right now, it's $450 a month. Just the organic post 5 a week is $150 a month. So
I'd love to get this pricing if you can email me something, whatever services you offer and things you do.
I'll send them over to you on the school group. You know what I mean? And I try my best not to promote this. I truly, guys, I saw a video today by somebody I follow on social media. I truly believe that when you help people, that you're going to get what you want in life.
Sure.
And I don't necessarily want money, but I do realize that money, wealth, whatever you want to call it, is going to come with that along with your goals. So anyway, that's kind of I'm a recovering youth pastor and worship pastor. I was in ministry for about 12 years, so I'm a Christian also. But I've been out of that for about 3 years. And I'm just in the point of I'm 44 years old. It's just like I want to create my prayer every morning is I want to be the generation in my family that changes the financial well-being for future generations. That doesn't
Sure.
mean spoiling them, you know what I mean? But I want to make a difference, and that starts with what we're doing here. So that's that's why I'm doing the school group and all that, and
Well,
part of it.
I appreciate it. I think you're doing great. I get on these bounce house groups, man. These guys are something else. They you get young people or people trying to ask a legit question or something, and man, they just get dogged on those groups by people that's been around forever. And I'm like, you've been around forever and you're still delivering out of the back of a truck. You've been around forever and you're delivering out of a 5x6 trailer with a 6-inch sight on it. Like you say you're making $5 million and go buy some equipment and look like you're a company that does something. And then they just dog everybody else. I don't know.
What I love about TikTok is I love the algorithm. I don't see that negativity. Like part of
Yeah.
that is Facebook groups in what that like.
It's the group. It's in the groups. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then it's the pay to play also of like, oh, you want this advice? Go buy my book. You know what I mean? It's like, man, no hate towards that, but I don't know,
Well,
man.
here's something I had, just a little short story, if you don't mind.
Come
I
on.
was
Finish
watching
it.
some people. They were talking about their websites, newer people, and there's a particular person. I'm not going to say no names. He's out there all the time, and he was coming on and like critiquing people's websites, and he was just dogging it. And somebody had asked, well, I started with BCN, right? I got it going. I think my website looks pretty dang gum good, and he's like, you'll never make it with BCN. You're only going to be a weekend warrior. If you don't have IO or ERS or something, you're never going to be able to make it into the. And I'm like, what's the difference? Like, okay, maybe there is a difference, but like, doesn't Google see everything the same, or does one website thing work better than the other? But then I ended up sending him my website. He looked at it, and all he could come back and say was, yeah, that's a customized website. You had to pay to get that done. I said, no, I did it.
Yeah.
I spent all the time, 2 hours a day, every day for the last 4 weeks making this website. So BCN, you can make it into something. It's just that maybe other people don't know it, and they're just using the template, and they're not really,
I'm going to tell you my
trying to get
theory on
everything
that.
out of it they can get out of it.
My theory on that, Mark, is this: that BCN is the cheapest. I think it's not. What is it? $99 a month.
It's $99 a month and does a lot of stuff.
Yep. But I think the difference is, I think a lot of BCN customers don't do what you did.
Right.
They don't do what Josh did. They don't go in and put the time. They think that the $99 a month is just going to solve all their issues. And you get some of that with ERS and IO, but I believe ERS and IO both do a better job at putting more content, and they're going to put your business address that's going to show up in more of the footers and different parts that it needs to show up, to where you've done that work with your BCN site. I think that's the big difference. And like I said, it's only my theory right now. But I will say this is I want to use you and Josh both as a prime example of no, BCN can be successful, because I don't got nothing towards anybody, you know what I mean? But
Right.
You guys are going to be the prime example, especially with where you're at, Mark. You have so much competition down there in Central Florida that we're going to see if the proof is in the pudding with your BCN site. You know what I mean? So
Have you been able to see it lately?
I haven't gone in and checked any rankings, but I mean, you really like the work that you've done the past few months. It's going to take this busy season, maybe June or July, to really see, okay, where are you ranking? Because the more people click on it, the more time they spend on it, the more relevant Google is going to see as you. You know what I mean? So like, you'll eventually get to the point. This is my stupid side story for the day, but I created this little bounce house video game. And the reason I put it on my website was I want people to stay longer on my website, because the longer people stay on your website, the more valid Google looks at you as. So this is
Right.
100% a theory on that it's going to work, but I checked it after about 2 weeks of being in operation, and I had 134 different IP addresses that have actually either logged on to the game and tried it. So maybe there's something to it. But I'm telling you all that to say this. My website has gone down in rankings a little bit because I've had more competition in websites. So I have to do things now that are going to set me apart in different ways, not just refresh content and the typical. You got to think outside the box, So.
Well, that's what, not to just say mine, but bounce wave units are beautiful to me. I mean, they're good looking stuff. And every competitor that's around me, their website is cartoon. Don't get me wrong. I know that's the theme. The theme is, it's just like that. It's a cartoon type. But like, I tried to post all real pictures, all live pictures. Here's a YouTube link to the video so you can see the video that I made with the unit. Like, I tried to do something totally different than everybody else, because every time I go somewhere and deliver it, they're like, well, I bought this from this one person and they brought me something and it didn't look like they said it was, because their picture is just a picture out of it's probably a 6-year-old unit that they're still using the same picture that was like in the little magazine or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's all worn out now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. That's one thing to remember, guys. As you get years into this business, keep the quality of your units up. I have let units go in my rental business to where I was like, ooh, I let that go a little too long. You know what I mean? So, especially with being a weekend focused business, is my stuff will get sunburned after about 2.5 years. And I don't want that cosmetic stuff on my units. And it doesn't matter if it's easy inflatable, bounce wave, tent and table. I don't care who it is. I have not found a vinyl company yet, or a manufacturer, whose units are not going to sunburn. So it is what it is. So anyway.
Yeah,
hey,
I mean,
go ahead, Mark.
I like bounce wave, so I got my lava, and I'm gonna try to rent it and see how long I can keep it, and see how long it'll last looking good. It might be hard to do because people are probably gonna, they trash your stuff anyways. But I'm gonna see how long I can make it last.
You got it.
Maybe help bounce wave prove how good their stuff is.
That's right. Next week, I'm going to talk about my rock wall. Uh-oh. Did I lose you guys? Uh-oh. What's up, man? All right.
I found,
there you go. Sorry, guys. My internet cable came out. Sorry.
You're back.
I'm going to talk about my rock wall. I'm going to talk about how much money it makes a year. Now, I've had this thing for 2.5 years. The other previous owner had it for 4, I believe. So this thing has been established in the area. But I'm going to talk about how much money it made last year in 2024. And then I'm also going to talk about how it makes money in other ways. So anyway, appreciate you guys being on here, and always love talking business, man. So if you get any questions, anything, hit it up in the school and all that good stuff. Okay. All right. Y'all take care. Okay.